Welcome to another episode of
RyCanTopMyKnee.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jonathan, and we are a boys love podcast that talks about our favorite shows and all the press and mess around them.
And Jonathan, we are jet setting. I am on my little way to Spain and Morocco, and I know you're on your way to LA. And with all this traveling you've been doing, is Cambodia on your bucket list?
You know, it's low-key not.
Really?
No, I do want to go.
Uh-huh.
I do want to go. Yeah.
I mean,
And it's so close to Thailand, so
Right.
you could do a little dual trip.
Exactly. I kind of want to do Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia. You know, that would be great. Like,
Just one whole sweep of Southeast Asia.
yeah, I mean, and usually when I travel out to Asia, I don't go to one country. I try to do at least three because traveling within
Make the most of that flight.
right, you know, because it's such a long flight. So you want to go ahead and make the most of it, you know. So yeah, Cambodia's on my list. I'd love to go. I mean, after watching Ending Friend, which we'll talk a little bit more about later, I was like, you know what? This is a country I'm going to go ahead and check out, you know, just for a little bit. So,
We should do it together, girl.
we
day.
can,
When our
one
podcast
day.
goes on the road.
right. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have
Could
a
you
full
imagine?
month
That would be a whole
trip,
mess.
y'all.
And everyone will be loving it, including us.
Honestly, they would.
Yes. And with that said, I think what people would love is what we got on the tweet. So let's get into that word on the tweet.
Okay. Word on the tweet. I think the biggest thing that I keep on seeing everyone talk about, like, constantly, like, it's all over Twitter, all over TikTok. I don't know, some news source, you know, I don't even know if this is credible or not, has popped up being like, there's a rumor that there's a popular ship that low-key hate each other. And everyone's like, who could it be? Who could it be? And, like, the clues are that they're a really popular ship. They're from a new company. And that they don't do like duo things together anymore. Like they're mainly solo activity boys, and their fan base is like split.
Yeah.
I'm just like, who could that be? Like, I feel like, I don't know, that could low key be Mal Apple.
You know what?
I would. I don't think they hate each other. Like,
I don't
come
think
on.
so either.
I feel like Mile was so obsessed with Oppo and wanted
Right.
him in the Kim Porsche project and all that.
Right.
I feel like they're boys. I don't know.
And they're also working
bros.
on, you know, that spinoff to Manswang as we speak. So
Yeah. So could it be them? I don't know.
I don't know.
But when was the last time they did anything together, really?
I mean, but
Any kind of like public appearance together?
let's be for real. Like Ken Porsche was almost 2 years ago, right? And
True.
they didn't do a lot of promotion for Manswang because it was pretty much more of a bromance at the time, right? So I don't think we're going to see them together until this other project that they're doing is complete. Because I feel as if maybe Beyond Cloud is taking a different route than like what GMM TV does, where they have these ships constantly doing stuff, you know. Beyond
Like there's
Cloud,
always some kind of live. There's
Right.
some kind of mall appearance.
right. Beyond Cloud, they don't do that. They're not doing that with like I mean right now Bible Jess are on their little thing because 4 minutes just ended like 4 minutes ago. But
Literally 4 minutes ago.
right. So that makes sense, right? And then they didn't really do that with
Yeah.
Dead Friend Forever because pretty much all those ships died with the show. So I mean
Ooh.
yeah, you know,
They did a little bit, but yeah, then Beyond Cloud, I guess, doesn't really
I don't think they're
they
doing
don't do
fan
that
service
many
in that way.
public appearances
Right.
and fan servicey kind of BO grouping kind of events.
Right. I just
Not
don't
many.
I don't see
They
them
do a lot
doing
of
that.
solo boy stuff.
Right. But even then, like it seems as if they kind of do it the Taiwan way, where like the show ends, they do a lot of promotional fan meets for like 6, 7 months, and then after that, they're on their merry way because they got
They'll
jobs, you
break up
know.
the ship. No.
Yeah, they got jobs, you know. And
I mean,
Poe is
Taiwan will be like, you'll never see these boys ever again
right,
unless they cameo in like another BL.
right, and you know, I feel as if a Poe particularly and specifically has been doing a lot of stuff with
Mm?
Dior, has been doing a lot of stuff with all of
Yeah,
these
they're
luxury
both like
brands.
ambassadors
Right.
of their own thing. So it's like, but they have nothing together.
Yeah. And
I don't know.
I mean maybe, you know,
It's just a rumor. Who
right.
else
And
could it be?
maybe these luxury
Who else do you
brands
think
are
it could
not into promoting these ships in that way, you know. Maybe that's just their thing. I don't know. So, then what other people are they speculating this could be? And also, can we also take a little beat? Whoever this news source is shady
be?
AF.
Whoever, right?
Yeah.
Just tell us who.
Right. Why are you just, you know, giving us a little breadcrumbs? Like, it sounds like you're just trying to start drama somewhere. That's what it
And
sounds
we
like to
love
me.
that. We
I
love the
mean, we love
drama.
mess, and maybe this is, you know, but the
We
thing
love
is, we have
mess.
some very delusional fans, so you got to be very careful because, you
Oh,
know,
there are
they're
crazy people out
crazy.
there.
Like, we don't want these people coming out with knives and death threats. We've already seen them do it, so we don't want to see them do it again.
Send it in the trucks,
Right.
the protest trucks.
Okay. Who
I
else are
mean,
they
yeah,
thinking
the
it
streets were
is?
saying like Jaw First, they're kind of like already kind of a dead ship. Like they haven't done anything
Mm.
since Be Mine Superstar, and they're
I low key
in
forgot
different
about them.
agencies. And because you didn't watch Don't Say No,
Yeah, and
so the last time you saw them was Tharn Type season 2.
yeah, and that's yeah. So I mean, who really cares about job first? Like, let's be for real.
Oh.
Like,
And what about? And people are saying Mean Ping,
that would be a shock.
and I'm like, Mean Ping.
That would be a shock.
I would hope that they don't hate each
I would hope
other.
not either. Like,
I mean, but are they that popular?
I mean, but
Like, is
also
that like a
I
really
don't think they're
popular
from.
show and really popular ship?
So they were in oh gosh, what was that show that they were last in?
I Long
I
Night.
mean,
They
the
were
one
in
that we
Dear
just
Gangster
finished watching.
Oppa.
The
It
basketball
was
one, Rebound. There we
called
go.
The Rebound. That was a show.
I mean, we enjoyed it. We talked about it a bit on here, you know. But
We really did.
I don't think
I
that
don't
show
think
was
that popped
like
off.
Can Porsche pop off. You know, it was like Rebound was an okay show. Like it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like this rumor has to be like a top level, top 5 level ship.
And we know it's no one from GMMTV. Like that's already we can rule all of those ships.
It said new. It said new agency,
Yeah.
like a new
But
company.
I'm trying to
It's
think.
not GMTV.
The one that Main Ping is in, is that one new?
I think they're kind of a smaller company,
Okay.
so maybe relatively new if it's like the last 2 years or something. You know?
Someone.
That's what people are saying Beyond Cloud, because that's 2 years.
That's true. Someone said Moss Bank, and I was like, boy, bye. Like, Star Hunter has been around for
Not
like
Moss
almost 10
Bank.
years, so don't even do that.
Yeah, Star Hunter old AF.
Right. I was like, don't
Like-
do that. Moss Bank, they like each other, okay? So leave them alone.
They're
not,
together
that's not,
forever.
and they recently did something, like,
Literally, like they're always doing something
Right.
together.
as in like yesterday they did something. So I was like, don't even
I
throw
wonder
them
who
in
it
this,
is.
okay? Well, let's hopefully. Really, what I want to know is who is this mysterious person that is spilling this tea that is low key lukewarm. I want to know who it is.
Ooh.
So,
Mama, this is water. This is
right,
water.
okay, like I need to know who this
This
is.
is Gatorade.
What else is happening?
Okay, so this is something that happened like Sunday night or something last week, and I was like, oh, the boys are fighting, the girls are fighting. So Jung, from Jundong,
Oh,
and Est, who is he's gonna be in that new show with William coming out, the new like Idol BL show.
okay, yes.
So like Jung, Est, and Dao are all in like they're like the trio like bros together. Like they went on like a bunch of trips together,
Yes.
posting thirst traps together.
Yes.
Like, they're a little
Showing their
trio.
nipples to everybody. Yes, I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And apparently people saw that, like, Jung and S like stopped following each
Oh.
other, and S like hid or like deleted all his like videos or
Uh-uh.
like whatever dance TikToks with Jung in it.
Oh.
And then Jung like reposted some tweet that Tay wrote from like 3 years ago about like, oh, friendships don't last or something. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, what happened?
First of all, I want to know why they put in all their mess out like that. Because
Like,
Jung
right?
is
If you
so
don't,
messy.
if that's not your friend no more, you don't gotta unfollow. I don't know. Keep it low
Keep
key.
it
You don't
low
gotta
key.
let
Like,
everyone
give
know.
us a soft unfollow. Okay, like a soft
Like,
end of their
just mute them on
right.
Instagram. Like, you don't gotta unfollow, delete,
Yeah, and then
shady
and then
subtweet.
yeah, subtweet putting all this stuff up, and now we know some beef happened, and it's kind of like, is this beef overdone? Like, y'all need to calm down. Like, this beef sounds tough. Okay.
Oh, what do you think? It's tough. Mudang, girl, Mudang.
Mm.
Where, what do you think? Where do you think? Uh, what do you think it's about? Steven was like, oh, it's probably about a girl.
It
And I
probably
was
is.
like,
It's probably about either some
honestly,
girl,
knowing boys,
or it's
yeah,
probably
probably a
about,
girl.
or it could be something related to, um, or maybe one of them got a crush on the other and the other didn't reciprocate. Could be that. Could be that.
June flirting with everyone? No.
It could be that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be anything, honestly. We'll find out soon eventually.
Or we may never
I
find out. We
need
still don't know what happened between Mike and Top Tap, even though we can
yo, Mike,
speculate, but we still don't know.
Mike, this is your invitation, a formal invitation to come onto the podcast.
Yes.
To spill some tea about your time at GMMTV, because I would really love to know.
Yes. My cup is ready. Jonathan's cup is ready. Okay, they're very big cups.
We're ready.
And we could take multiple rounds of this tea.
I just want to know everything.
Right.
Oh, multiple rounds.
Yes. You know, if the tea is hot, you need to keep serving it. Okay.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
Right.
I need to cool it down.
What else is happening?
Let's see. We have so much more.
Uh-huh.
So much more nonsense. So I was gagged when I saw this on Twitter.
Okay.
The creators of the Thai adaptation of Addicted Heroin are already being like, here are our plans for season 2, y'all.
Oh.
And
when season 1 is not even done?
Literally.
Okay.
I have no words.
I'm going to say this. I actually like the show so far. I'm actually enjoying it. The issue I have is because we know this series is cursed. You need to watch it, Jonathan. I think you actually might like it too. But we know the series seems to be cursed.
I see people are dragging it online. Like, people are like, they're taking out all these key elements about each other. They took out the, like, sexual stuff, which is like, made sense.
Well, that's because there's an uncut version. Kid. There's an uncut
but
version.
There's still like,
I haven't watched the uncut version. I think
it's just less toxic.
It is. It's less.
It's probably
toxic.
not that spicy because this boy is 16. He can't do spicy stuff.
You're right, and also, I mean, there is some toxic stuff in it for sure, as expected. But
apparently the book is really, really like.
I think people need to calm down.
Toxic.
Like, did they really expect that when you have a 10-year age gap between these two actors, that there's going to be, you know, slurp slurp, swat splat, you know, there's not going to be anything like that. It's not going to happen. I mean,
that's what we're saying. That's why people are like, why is this guy in the role? Like, this is his first acting gig. Like, no shade on this dude.
They're both, like, and they're actually both pretty good actors, you know.
It's just about why was this made with this, you know, this couple in.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I did not like. Is like, I still think about the pairing of these two, but honestly, so far in the show, they've only kissed once, and Woo,
the
what
20s.
happened right after that and who saw it? Woo, honey. All I'm gonna say is like
Ooh,
somebody pulled out a gun
honey.
and I was shook. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember this happening in the other versions where somebody pulled out a nine. Like, what is going on?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like, it's maybe they're taking some more things from the book. Like, yeah, I
mm-hmm,
just started reading the book too, and I'm like, oh, his dad is an army general. Like, oh,
yeah. But overall,
that's just something that we didn't see in the other two
right,
versions.
probably because with China,
But
you can't really be talking about the army like that.
true that,
Okay.
maybe.
So, but what I was gonna say is,
But
why
would you
are
see a
they
season
going to
two?
announce a season two when season one is not
They're
over
getting
yet?
big and
Knowing
bold.
how this show seems to be cursed, I would have kept my little mouth shut and then waited until before I announced anything to see what.
Maybe they're just being really hopeful and being like, "Look, y'all, stay with us, stay with me,
Yeah,
or like keep watching us because we're going to finish the story."
I'm gonna. I
Like,
hope. I
I know
really
you
hope they
have,
do.
like, maybe
Somebody
they
need
know
to
that
finish
people
it.
have their reservations about it.
Yeah, I mean, very warranted reservations since the other two adaptations have not been completed and may never be completed. Well, we know one of them is not going to be completed, period. But the other one is still up in the
Period.
air. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Are you gonna watch season two if there's a season two?
probably. Like,
Do you like these boys
like I said, I
enough?
like the
Or are they
show.
eating up the role?
They're
Okay,
acting
okay, okay.
well. I like the side couple. I think the show overall is good. Like, it's not, I'd like Stay With Me more still, but let's be real.
Stay
If
with
any
me.
adaptation is actually going to be finished, more than likely the Thai version will be that one. Just saying. Yeah, and I mean,
The
but we have
gaggery,
to be
y'all.
honest because as much as I want a second season of Stay With Me and as much as I believe we deserve it, the likelihood of it happening is 50-50. We just don't know. So,
It's 1090,
yeah,
as in it's not gonna happen.
like the likelihood of it happening is just so low at this point. So, we don't know, unless an act of God happens. So, anywho,
Not act of God, some
literally,
divine intervention,
yeah,
y'all.
it has to be.
Anyway,
What else is
all right.
happening?
The last thing,
Mm-hmm.
the last thing, which I didn't even see. I didn't know about this issue until like literally yesterday on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we know that Oppo came out being like, "Hey guys, like I'm doing like a really cool thing where I am doing the like behind the scenes photographs for 4 minutes. Like I'm in my photographer era." And
Mm.
so they're doing like this charity auction where they're like auctioning off the photos that Oppo took of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're all like kind of
Oh,
suggestive photos, you know?
a Poe would do that.
Um
Mm.
I think,
As
yeah, like
long
he
as there's no
shot
baby oil involved,
the photo book.
we okay.
Oh my god. So it's like, yeah, 1 to 2 photos of like everyone in the cast, I think.
Okay.
But when it came down to like Fu Eyes over here,
Mm.
like Mr. just turned 18 like a couple months
And
ago,
getting bent over and
he had an
bread.
image too.
Mm.
And his image is practically that of him getting, looking back
Oh.
from the back shots.
Oh.
And everyone's like, oh, this is a kid. Like, no. This is weird to like auction off this photo of this kid.
Well,
Like,
he's
his character is not
18.
that, but like, I know, but like, he just turned 18. Like, when did you take these photos?
Yeah, that's the
And
big
also, it's just
question.
like, I don't know, is this ethical? Like, you could have did something a little more non-suggestive for him.
Yeah, or just
But
I think that it was either all or nothing. So I think what they should have done is if you're
yeah,
going to be doing a whole cast thing and it's going to fit a theme, you have to think about you have somebody who is freshly
a
18.
baby.
And
Yeah.
you might need to do something a little different. It does not need to be. But then
So
again, if he already bent over and all of that and got his legs
I
up
mean,
in the
he's
air in
already
the
in the
show,
show.
right, and
I know,
getting,
but I guess it's different from a piece of work compared to like something you're, I don't know, selling to some unknown person on the internet for money.
well, I mean,
But it's for charity. But I
I
don't
mean,
know. I
unknown
don't know.
people are watching this show for money on Gaga Ulala and iQIYI.
I know. It's a weird
I mean, it
like
is a little
you
strange, but
know,
also
it's a little
he is
strange.
18.
So
I'm going to
instead, like,
assume these pictures were taken after he turned 18.
yeah,
That's what I'm
well,
going to
or
assume.
probably it was probably shot while they were filming the show.
Which then he was 18.
Um,
So
or maybe not. No, he was like 17 when it was filmed. I think.
when he had
Maybe.
the jizz in his face. Oh, on his
Ooh,
chest. It was his
he did
chest. It
not.
was his chest. It was his chest, not his face.
Whoa! Wrong show. This ain't Porn Valley. This ain't Porn Valley, boy. Oh my
Anywho,
god.
let's go to.
Anywho, wait. So I didn't talk about what happened.
Wait, I thought
So
you
yeah,
did.
they.
Oh,
No,
there
no,
was
no, no.
more?
So yeah, so they came out. No, they just came out with a statement being like, "Hey, we're gonna not sell his photos,
Okay.
but we're still doing everyone else's photos."
Mm.
But they were like, we took some notes from the audience and knew this was a little weird, a little icky. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad they took it out. I guess enough people complained, I guess. But anywho, let's get to our shows of the week. So, Jonathan, what is your show this week?
Girl, I didn't know. I was like, what is my show this week?
Same.
And then I remembered. I was like, all right, I do have a show. Happy of the End.
A great show. Oh, gosh.
A great show.
I'm so glad we're able to talk about it a little bit more.
Like, part of me was like, oh, I should do like, we should do like a whole episode of just Happy of the End, or like me and Patrick do a whole episode of Happy of the End or something. Because he still hasn't watched it.
And he needs to watch it. But I think he would love it.
Like, this is so good. Like, I'm up to episode like 5, and like things got so bad and then they got better again, and they're in a good spot right now. Like, they just got to be boyfriends right now. And I just know something bad's gonna happen. And I'm so scared. Like, these boys have gone through it. Like, especially what's his name? He has like 3 names.
Yes.
His name's not Kato anymore.
It's his Chinese name. Right.
Yeah. It's Haoren. His life, oh my god, like,
he had a hard life.
I had to skip some
scenes. He had a hard life. Like,
ugh.
And
he's still having a hard life.
He's still having a hard life. And I don't want to. I really think people need to watch this show and just realize that there is a trigger warning to it. But it is a really.
I don't even think there was when I started.
I mean, we're
watching
giving
it.
the trigger.
Like,
We're giving the trigger warning. We're giving the trigger.
Yes, big trigger warning for like sexual abuse.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, everything.
It's just so much, and Howard is a survivor. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, that Destiny's Child is ringing every time he show up on the screen. That Destiny's Child song, literally.
Just those flashbacks, like a little bit of spoilers. Like, those flashbacks of, like, I don't know, when he was doing those jobs with that guy that was like beating him. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is insane. I don't know. Like, he has a rougher life than the other guy, for sure.
Oh yeah. And I mean,
like, I at first was like feeling sad for main character, but
I mean, I feel sad for both of them, but for different reasons, and Howard has suffered literally, but I think, I don't know why I can't remember his name. You're watching the show now. I finished it already. What's his name?
His name is Chihiro, I think. Is it Chihiro?
Yeah, and he suffered because,
he suffered because he got kicked out of from his family for being
Right. And
gay,
he pretty
and
much
he's
had
been
a
kind of just on his
he had to
own.
hold to survive, you know. So
Yeah, he had to hoe
right.
around and to leech off of people to
Right.
survive.
Because that's all he could do at that
Um,
moment, you know. So it's really
and
sad.
it's
And I
not as bad as Howard, who's
yeah, who pretty much has yeah. It both of them it's so sad. And you know, I think the lesson with
mm-hmm.
the show is this is why you can't be too quick to judge somebody's situation and why they do what they
Because
do.
first episode, homeboy beats the shit out of Chihiro, and I was like, oh, this is the love interest.
Yeah. And this is why, you know,
But
you got to give this is a show that you definitely got to give it some time. And
you gotta watch the full
you
first
got to
episode because the first 10 minutes will gag
right.
you.
It's there's just so much to unpack in this show. Maybe we might do a special
So
episode of
good.
this in the future.
This show's
But it's
so
so
good.
good.
Right now, it's at like a 9.5.
It's
Like, I don't want it to end though. I'm scared to let it end.
yeah.
I don't want things to go bad for these boys.
Yeah. Great acting, great story. Heavy stuff,
Great
heavy
acting.
subject matter, like very heavy.
Heavy.
But good overall. And I think Patrick will watch it. I think he will. Especially since he needs a
Yeah.
palate cleanser from Takara's Treasure. So
Honestly, like y'all were dragging that show, and I still haven't watched it yet.
I think it's okay to
And I
watch.
was like,
Like then you
oh,
could drag it later. So my show this
yeah.
week,
So what's your show of the
yes,
week?
is Monster Next Door. And reason why I'm gonna
Mm.
say this, it just ended, so I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
say too much about it because why don't we just get to shows that just ended? Because it's the one that just ended. So Monster Next Door, 12 episodes.
12 episodes.
It is a show that in ways has annoyed me. And I know it annoyed you too, mainly because of the main character. And
Homeboy had me dropping the show. I
yeah,
couldn't.
I would say,
But people are saying it's so good.
yeah, I would say
Like
get back
everyone
in
is.
because it gets all of the stuff that we get annoyed with him ends up coming to a head. And really, let's just say he ends up having an awakening. So, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so
he got his cherry popped and he had a little awakening.
well, I won't say that. I would say just watch and see.
Oh,
But it ended on a good note. And this is one of the Thai shows that actually the ending didn't feel flat. I was like, okay, you know, things were
okay.
wrapped up. There were key learnings that you and God kind of had for themselves while being with each other. And I loved seeing that because their love for each other is what created the environment for them to learn about themselves. And,
Mm.
you know, sometimes I think we had to go down. This is one of those shows where you had to really kind of really get through some of the nonsense.
Which I was struggling
But
to.
once you
I
get
was
through the
struggling to get through the
nonsense, then you're
nonsense
like, oh,
of that side girl that was like, "Be my friend
oh,
for
she was
clout."
so annoying. And she was still annoying even at the end. But you know what?
Ooh, no
she's like a
redemption for
fly.
her.
Just shoe fly, go away. But
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, overall I enjoyed the
But you
show.
love Diao.
Yeah, I ended up really liking him because he had an awakening and you really get an
Is his name Diao?
idea.
Diao?
Huh?
Is his name Du or Diao?
Uh you.
Diu.
Yeah, and then you really get a sense of why he behaved that way later in the
Mm-hmm.
series. And the reasoning makes sense.
It's because like an Eds comes back into the picture, right?
No, that's not why. That's part of it, but that's actually a much smaller part
Oh.
than you would think.
Okay. So we get trauma backstory. All right.
Yeah, and then
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll like not skip around, but like I'll try my best to get to the main plot just to get the good gist of the
Yeah.
show.
And I will say the whole thing with the ex is a big part to why certain things come to head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it? Do they give a reason why Homeboy gives his turtle like a little bowl, a little cereal bowl to stay in?
We don't have
Because that
we're not getting
turtle,
an answer for that. We didn't get any answer for that.
that turtle was screaming to
And
get out
he
every
was
single
he
episode.
pretty much, I think he escaped. Like, I mean, they cut
Oh my
that out,
god!
you know, but I'm pretty sure he escaped and then they put him back in. So,
It would have been so funny if every episode his little not cage, his little home gets like smaller and smaller and
yeah,
smaller.
that didn't happen.
Cause that's what it
It
felt
did,
like.
it was pretty small.
Like the last episode, he's sitting on like a spoon.
Yeah.
Like he's
Well,
like,
they didn't focus on that too much later because the other drama really,
they
yeah.
took
And then
over.
there's two side couples that one of them, they're like,
Oh, there's
there's
two.
two. And one of them in particular,
Oh, one of them is the band guy, right?
the
Is
band
it someone within
guy
the
who
band?
ends up with Dieu's
Mrs.
only
Snarky?
friend. Yeah, and the band guy is very
Okay,
snarky.
okay.
And then
Mm-hmm.
the other one are two of
Our God's
God's
friends,
friends
right?
who clearly have a lot of tension, but neither one of them is
Who
willing
are
to admit it.
roommates.
You're right.
They were
Yeah.
roommates.
So, um, so I will tell you this. I actually give the show a solid 7 out of 10.
Okay,
Yeah, because you know
wow.
what? It took a long time to get to certain things, but once it got there, I was like, you know what? This show is actually not that bad. It's getting a solid 7 from me.
I wanna like this show, y'all. Like
You just have to
like
power through. It's the same.
like I like them as people. Like offline on
Yeah.
TikTok. Like they look so fun
Yes.
on TikTok.
Mhm.
Like Park is like so fruity and so like playful on TikTok with Big.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I would love that kind of character in a show.
Yes.
Like I want that dynamic in a show together.
Yes.
As like Park being this like flirty twink, you know, and Big as this, big tall man.
Right.
You know, I want to see that. Like
Maybe in their next
hopefully
show.
they have another show
Yeah.
together. Yeah, I really hope they have another show together because they do have like good chemistry.
They do. But yeah, I would say drop back into the show and give it a chance. And it really, I think, picks up either episode 7 or episode 8 is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from there you're like, oh, okay, I'm about it. I'm about that life, you know. Anyway, we have some new shows to talk about, so let's get into that. Okie dokie. So we have some new shows that we are going to get into. And the first one, which I have not seen, but you started, right? Which is Every You, Every Me.
I just started today, honestly.
Oh, wow. Okay. So your thoughts.
Thoughts? It's giving La Pluie. Like
Really?
the plot, like I don't think it's the same, but I watched honestly I watched the first 10 minutes, y'all. And
So something supernatural with weather? Is that
yeah,
what
it
you're
has
getting?
something to do with rain and like seeing your soulmate. Like it's raining right now for 30 days straight because of some global warming or whatever. And like main
That's a little
character is like
surreal.
seeing the world like kind of colorblind, but
Oh.
he's seeing like all these couples. Like whenever people, I don't know, all these couples are popping up in color. So I think it has something to do with like maybe when it rains, like you see like in black and white and you see your soulmate in color kind of thing.
So this is giving La Pluie.
Yeah, like different from La Pluie, where La Pluie was like you lose your vision and you can only talk to telepathically in your head, talk to your soulmate.
To your soulmate. Yeah.
But here is like you can only physically see your soulmate in color when it rains or something. I don't know. Interesting.
Okay. I might have to give it a little start at some point. And then coming out very soon is Love in the Big City.
Yes. Everyone's
that
talking
is-
about this.
I mean, I'm excited. And I think part of the reason why people are talking about it a lot is there's some mess happening, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
with
it's
some of
some of the characters are being little hoes in the show. Like they're kissing.
Well, I'm not talking about the show. I'm
Oh,
talking about
outside of the show.
outside the show.
Oh, I did not know if
Yes.
there's
So
drama. Tell me.
apparently, one of the actors, I believe his name is, hold on, let me look him up.
Who?
Um,
Main character's name is.
I think it's Nam June or Nam Yoon or something like that.
Yeah, Nam Yoon Soo.
Yes. So, so allegedly, he has some fans, homophobic fans,
Oh
who are
no.
very upset that he is playing this role.
Oh wait, I think I saw this online. Yeah, that people
Yeah,
are
and
kind of
people
like.
have been saying some nasty things,
And
like,
he's like, I
"Ooh,
don't give a fuck.
right, he getting a check." So,
I mean, he's also
and
like,
you're not,
acting is acting, y'all. Come
and
on.
it's acting. Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Period.
Like,
This ain't for you. This ain't for y'all.
right, it's not
This
for
is for
you.
us.
Right.
Wig.
Yeah, charge it to the game and get over it. So, but other than that, it looks like it would be a great show. That's kind of, I'm getting that vibe. It
Yeah,
looks beautiful.
this is gonna be like, it's looking to be like a big like queer like stronghold for Korea. Like once this drops. But I think the problem right now is they just announced that they're dropping all the episodes at once, and I'm like, oh, you just shot yourself in the foot.
Oh,
Like that's the worst thing you can do. If
yeah,
when your show has
actually really good.
Yeah, if it's really good and it has like it can grow its audience every week because it's all out at once and people just watch it and forget about it in a week. Like that's no fun.
Well, it depends because you're gonna have two kinds of people, right? You're gonna have people like us, where if it's really good, we're not gonna stop watching it,
Yeah,
and our
you'd
lives
love
are
to
gonna be
binge,
sucked
love to
out. We're not gonna be going to work, nothing, right? But then you have the people who know how to pace themselves and like, I'm gonna watch 2 episodes today, no matter how good it is, and I'm gonna watch another 2 episodes tomorrow or whatever it may be.
Yeah, but then
you
once
know?
those people that like are trying to pace themselves, it's kind of hard to because the moment you see the first episode, you already get spoiled on social media. If everything drops at once, like people are already posting like gifs and clips of the ending already, like the discourse
Yes.
or whatever is already online, and you get spoiled so fast. Like that's gonna suck.
One thing I would say is, you know what, you and I are pretty good at when we're really watching a show because
I will delete Twitter. I will delete Twitter.
Right. We try to avoid spoilers passionately, because we know, like, for example, some of the shows that we watch, especially the Thai shows, they've already been out, like, the episode has been out for 2 weeks in Thailand. And already people have, you got those internet sleuths who are really big at, like, watching the show, finding the subtitles in English, and then putting it all up literally the day after it ended in Thailand. And it's not even up yet for us to watch outside of Thailand. We got to avoid that stuff.
People like 9 a.m., like if a show came out at 9 p.m. Thailand, it's like 9 a.m. US.
Here.
Like people are already like 20
already
gifts, like
waiting.
a whole, like everything. The whole show.
Yeah,
on
by
Twitter.
9:30. And I'm like, how?
And I'm like, please,
y'all
who are
must
you?
have templates or something.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all just want the clicks. Like, because what do you have to talk about 30 minutes into the show? Like,
right.
You don't care about the show. You just want to be the first person to post about it and get your engagement.
Yeah, which is why we try to avoid it. So I also think with this show, they drop it, since they're dropping every episode, I'm hoping, and I mean, this is not new. Netflix has done this with several shows, and people were still talking about it. So I think, I don't think people will stop talking about it in a week. I think what's going to happen is you have the diehard BL fans like us who are going to watch it the moment it comes out, watch every single episode, and then start talking about it, give a review. Then other people are going to be like, oh, this show actually sounds like it's a really good show. I'm going to watch it. And then, for the next month or two, then people are going to talk about it.
Slowly. But I just feel like, when you give a show its time, like GMMTV takes a good 3 months for a show. Like the runtime.
And for us, that's good because
and like that really draws in
everything.
Then like it's a one and done in 2 seconds. You're gonna just binge this whole thing and move on to the next thing.
Well, if every show did that, we're one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like we won't be alive. We won't have jobs. We
Oh,
won't have income. Like we would be dead
oh, now
because
we
we
will be
would
dead.
literally, like, we cannot, we just, the amount of shows that we watch and that we talk about, people try to figure out how are you able to watch all these shows. It's like we don't binge most of these shows. Like we're watching
You
them
take your
as each
hour,
episode.
your 2 hours every night to watch your little
Right.
novelas, as you one
Yeah. So then
should.
the other, what is it? 15 hours of your waking day is doing other things like work, doing stuff with your partner, doing stuff with your partners. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
all right, okay.
so, but yeah,
So
so we're
we'll see
we're
what
we're living
happens
our
with this
lives.
show. I
Uh,
really enjoy the week to week, like when
right.
Bad Buddy came out. Like it was so fun being on Twitter during that time
Right.
because every week people got to talk about it, and there's memes about every week, and just hashtags could trend, moments could
Yes.
trend. Like you don't get that when it's all dropped at once.
You don't.
But
Like, let's think about with my stand-in and the boyfriend. We wouldn't have had those bonus
yo,
episodes.
like yeah, you need like people doing conspiracy theory. Like you
Right.
need that kind of discussion online.
Yeah. Right. There's another show as well.
Hmm.
Taming the Bad Boy, another Korean BL. Now, I have
Yes.
not seen too much about this, but I
I
feel
just
as if
saw
you
it today.
have.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
saw
you
like the
did.
poster for it today. Taming the Bad Boy. And that's
Mm.
Holland in it, Mr.
Oh,
Mr. self-proclaimed, gay of Korea, gay pop star of Korea.
yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. And he was in he is I think the first outwardly
Yes, he
gay.
was. He was in a BL.
He was in Ocean Lights Me,
Yeah,
which was
which
not good. I got to say. I
no,
just got to say it wasn't good.
it
But
wasn't. Like,
and
mm-mm.
he was in like a side role of Punduks, roommates of Punduks.
Yes, he was. He was in a side role. We don't know what he was. Oh, I think he was
He was just
openly.
being
His
like,
character was openly gay, but he wasn't in a relationship with anybody or anything like
yeah,
that.
he was just like Jiwoon's friend. Was it Jiwoon's
Yeah,
friend?
like
No,
his
no, not Jiwoon's
friend
friend. The other guy's
or
friend. No, it was
yeah,
Jiwoon's friend.
yeah, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
right.
just kind of like a freeloader too. I don't know.
Yeah, he was freeloading. There was that. Yes, I remember now. Yes.
But I
Um,
mean, maybe this is his big
his
break,
moment.
his moment. Like I'm down to see this. I would like to see that.
I hope it is his moment
The
because
title sounds
Ocean Like
enticing.
Me was not giving.
Ocean don't like me. I don't like
Right,
Ocean.
that ocean was drowning. That's what it was
I don't like
doing.
Ocean back. Ocean don't like me
Right.
back.
The ocean was like, I got too much salt for you. Don't even come in. That's what it
That
was saying.
was yikes.
Oh, Lord
That
have
was an
mercy.
example of this. Maybe this could have stayed. This could have stayed as as a script. This didn't have to be made. Oh, anyways,
Anyway,
anyways.
anyway, I got a game for you. I got a
Uh-huh.
game for you. So let's get into
Let's get
this.
loud. Let's get
Okay.
loud.
So, in honor of the first Cambodian BL that I am watching, not we,
Mhm.
Jonathan, because I don't
Ooh,
think you started it yet, but I think you should.
I got no time. I'm
Yes,
still
you do.
on
It's six.
back.
It's literally six
I'm
episodes, and
still
each
on back
episode is
order,
under 30
y'all. I
minutes.
still haven't seen Love Sea. I still haven't finished Love Sea. I need to watch
You still
Sakara's
haven't finished
Treasure.
Love Sea,
No. I
Jonathan.
wanna watch it on like the train or something, but it's so spicy. I cannot watch that on a train.
You
On
might
a
as well
train
just
or a
watch it and
plane.
get yourself a privacy screen.
Oh, even then, like I know Becky next to me gonna be like, "Damn,
She
they
can't
going
see
at
it.
it."
Trust me, I have a privacy screen.
Not on an iPad. That shit big as hell. You can still see.
That's why you need to watch it on your phone.
We'll see, y'all. But
Yep.
yes, Cambodia.
So in honor of the first Cambodian BL that I am watching and that you have yet to watch, I have a list of BLs and I want you to tell me if it is Cambodian or not based on the title. So, yes, I got a little game for you,
All
So,
right.
So let's see if you're ready.
Let's get into it. I'm ready.
So the first one on this list is Ending Friend.
I already know this is the Cambodian BL.
Good. I just wanted to test you out. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Next on the list is Flirt Milk.
Now you know. Obviously, this is not a Cambodian BL.
Yeah, that is correct. It is not. It is from Thailand, and it's coming out allegedly next month.
It's coming out next month. They're filming right now. Go check out their stories, y'all.
Yes. The next title is And That's You.
And That's You. I'm gonna say yes. It's a Cambodian BL.
Correct. It is a Cambodian BL.
I know my stuff.
Okay, so far you got 3 out of 3 so far. Let's see how this goes. So the next one is Pray in Love.
Pray in Love. I'm gonna say no.
Correct. It is not.
Yo!
It is from Taiwan.
Hey.
And it came out actually a couple years ago. I have not seen this one though. I'll say that.
I was like, this is a little too religious. I don't think so.
And I will say, all of the ones on this list I have not seen. So we might need to add this to our watch list, okay? The next one is Junior and Senior.
No, not Cambodian.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
It is Cambodian.
Okay.
And this is available to watch on YouTube. By the way, I think almost all Cambodian BLs are available on YouTube from their respective
companies.
Production
Studios.
companies. Yes. Next is Eye Contact.
Eye Contact. I want to say no.
Oh, Jonathan,
it
is. Yes, it is. It is.
I'm just getting it wrong on purpose, y'all. I'm getting it wrong on purpose.
So yeah, that is it. It's also available on YouTube, but I think actually came out a couple years ago. So that's something for you to know.
There's some enticing names, y'all.
Yes. My.
Just my.
Yes. M-Y. My.
M-Y. I'm going to say yes then. It's a Cambodian show.
No, it's not. It's actually Burmese.
Ooh.
Yes, it is Burmese, so we should add it to the list.
I'm drowning in Thai shows, but we can always branch out.
We gotta branch out, you know. We gotta
take
see
a break
what else is on the
Thailand.
market.
Yeah.
We can't take a break from Thailand because they're not giving us a break. That's the problem.
True
that. Know? Next is Boy Toy.
Oh, this sounds spicy. I'm gonna say no though.
It is.
Oh my
Jonathan.
god.
It is.
Oh my god, there's so many Cambodian BLs, really?
Yeah,
but they're all like mini series. Right?
Yeah, they're
like
all web
mini
series, and they're not like crazy long, allegedly. But again, I haven't seen any of these. So, next is Cheat.
Just Cheat. I'm gonna say no.
Correct. It is not. It is Filipino.
Hey.
And you know that one is gonna be. It's gonna be something. As long as it's not like Sky Valley, it's gonna be something.
I'm so behind on Sky Valley, y'all. Anyway, side note.
Yeah, you do need to catch up on that. Like.
I need my June back in my life. Where he at?
Yeah. There's stuff happening for sure. Like some big stuff happening, and I actually think the show is ending soon. So I think we're only a few episodes left until it's done. Next is Counter Attack.
Yes.
No.
Bye.
It is actually a Chinese bromance.
Counterattack.
So it
not
is
the
a
bromance.
Chinese bromance. Yes.
Oh wait, I think maybe I know that. I think I know that.
Maybe you do. Follow My Sunshine.
Oh, it's giving. It's no.
Correct. It is not. It is from Vietnam.
Yup, I said it's giving Vietnam with that name. It came to my stars. So I was like,
Right. Next is I'm a fool for you.
No, I'm a fool for you. No.
Correct. It is not. It is from Hong Kong.
Isn't that on Gaga Ooh La La right now?
It might be.
I think I saw it advertised to me.
Yeah, it might be. And last but not least, Love of the Sea.
Love of the Sea. Yes.
Correct. It is.
This one's coming out soon, right? Love of the Sea?
I think this one might be already out. Let me double check. Or it just came out. Let me see.
Love of the Sea? I feel like that sounds so familiar.
Well, there's Love Sea.
You're right. It's been a long day.
It has been. I think Love of the Sea.
Love Sea is drowning out any kind of information about.
Well, yeah, Love of the Sea actually came out last year, and it only has 2 episodes, so it's a mini series.
That's super mini, super mini.
Right. So anyway, considering our timing, that is very mini. We got to go. We got things to do. We got beds to sleep in, and oh, that sounds weird. Whoa. But anyway,
separate beds.
We got to go. We got to go. That is it for this episode of RyCanTopMyKnee. Take your knees to Cambodia, and I will not get capped in Spain. I will not get capped in Spain. There we go. You
trying to get capped in Spain?
Not that kind of cap.
Hey.
A nightcap, maybe.
Oh my God. I hope the Ry in your life, Francisco's your knee. That's where I'm going.
Well, enjoy.
Oh my God. All right. Goodbye, y'all.
Bye.